Sigma's new 100 to 400 f5 to 6.3 telephoto zoom lens coming in at $800 is a remarkable product. It's a contemporary series lens, and what that means is it's not everything that an art lens is going to be. And sports lenses, art lenses, and contemporary lenses all kind of fit into their own little niches. So art lenses are kind of like the typical primes that one would use on a regular basis. Some zooms, it's all very standard lengths. Sports tend to be long, so they tend to be telephoto zooms, and contemporary lenses are kind of like the downscaled versions of both of those, if you will. So they have fewer elements and fewer groups. They cost less. They are great. They're just not perhaps just as good, but they retain much of the value for money, while being substantially cheaper to produce and not giving you everything in terms of image quality. So the 100 to 400 from Sigma comes in EF, Nikon F, and Sigma SA mounts. So that's kind of the basis for this. So coming in at $800, it is $400 cheaper than its nearest Canon competitor and $1,200 cheaper than the next size up, if you will. I haven't been able to find a 100 to 400 for Nikon or for Sigma so far, so that particular range is a little out of the question, but this is a really exciting lens because with its MC11, with Sigma's MC11, which pairs seamlessly with Sony E-mount cameras, now Sony is getting a great cheap addition to a potential telephoto lineup. So 5 to 6.3 at 400 mil. I mean, at 100 millimeters, it's kind of a big deal. Of course, you can get 100 mil f2 for a couple $100, but from Canon at any rate. But getting out to 400 at 6.3, you're starting to look at, a prime that is going to cost you $1,200, $1,300 for a 5.6 or a 4. And so really the value added by giving you at least 3 or 4 lenses there, 100, 200, 300, 400, is really good. So let me go through some of the specs with you really quick. It has a minimum aperture of f22. One more quick little detail: the body of the 100 to 400 f5 to 6.3 from Sigma is composed of thermally stable composite, or TSC. And TSC is kind of a proprietary blend, if you will, from Sigma. It's not metal, and it's not typical plastic. The reason why these lenses have such great build quality is because it's made out of this TSC, and this TSC is composed of glass and plastic. So it's a much more reinforced plastic, it's a much more durable plastic, and it's a much more durable glass as well, because glass, as you know, is prone to shattering on its own. So both of those materials together kind of strengthen each other's strengths and help reduce each other's weaknesses, such that it substantially increases the build quality and gives you a much better experience in handling and using the lens. It is full frame compatible. It has a minimum focus distance of 5¼ feet, has a maximum reproduction ratio of 1 to 3.8, has 21 elements in 15 groups, and it has 9 rounded aperture blades. It has image stabilization, and it's approximately 3.5 by 7.5 inches long, weighing in at about 2.5 pounds. So it's 2.4 by 7.18 inches and 2.55 pounds to be specific. Pardon me, 3.4 by 7.18 inches and 2.55 pounds. It has an angle of view of 24.4 degrees to 6.2 degrees, so that's from 100 at 24.4 to 400 at 6.2, so there's a huge range there. Sigma's 100 to 400 f5 to 6.3 is a full frame lens, so when you use it on an APS-C size body, it's going to be a 150 or a 160 to a 650 or something like 720, I believe. So it's going to be a pretty hefty focal length there and pretty hefty zoom. So that's pretty impressive. while it is pretty long at 7¼ inches just about, and it doesn't weigh very much, but it's still pretty substantial, it's going to be a pretty major addition to your kit. You're probably not going to want to use it just for everything. If you are a birder, if you do shoot wildlife, it is going to be pretty great. I think overall that this 100 to 400 is the best value for money that you can get in that focal range. I think $800 is, I mean, Sigma's just keeps on doing revolutionary things in the industry, in the ILC industry. So I think this is a huge step forward. I think this is a huge challenge to traditional lens manufacturers, and in particular telephoto zooms that are already on the market. I think everybody's gonna have to be stepping up their game a little bit, and I think the 120 to 300 and the 150 to 600 are already doing that, and this is just another assault, if you will, on market share for both Canon and Sony, as well as Nikon. This is another way that Sigma is holding on tightly to an increasingly precious market share. So yeah, thank you very much for your time and for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'd love it if you would smash that like button and comment if I was able to provide value to you or new information to you in this video. And please don't hesitate to subscribe or to check out my Patreon page. I'm really looking forward to being able to do more and better for you as a result of that getting underway. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.